We met in 1982. We got married in 1983. I had been married previously and had 2 daughters. They became our family with Ron.
I worked with a gentleman who actually lived across the street from her, and him and his wife and their children decided that we would be a perfect couple. We finally got together and went out, and it was literally like June, July, August, like 4 or 5 months later we got married, and that was 35 years ago.
To the town of the light, the wind will blow into your face as the years push you by.
I had actually been diagnosed with something called essential thrombocythemia. It's considered a form of blood cancer, but it's like if you're going to have one, this is the one to have, because there really weren't any side effects, no symptoms, nothing. He said, "You're boring, but in this case, boring is good." Well,
but he also said that it could someday
morph into something else.
When you send me an angel, here I am.
I'm an avid racquetball player, still am. I had commented to a guy that I was playing with that I felt like I was getting winded, you know, faster than usual, and his answer was, "Dude, you're getting old." So I accepted that. And then after I got the diagnosis, I made sure that I went back to him and said, "Dude, I'm not old, I have leukemia." Most people know that Siteman's a pretty well-known cancer center. We kind of just put our faith in Siteman and the doctors there and said, whatever they say we need to do, that's what we're going to do.
When they said leukemia, I thought that he would just go into the hospital, get chemo, go into remission, come home, and everything would be normal. I had no idea what AML really was, and it was a very scary time.
2 brothers, one older, one younger brother, and they were both tested. But they were both only half matches, and we didn't really know all that much about, be the match and the registries and the fact that there's registries all over the world.
Find a door to the promised land. Just believe in yourself. Hear this voice.
I joined the registry in May of 2013. A good friend of mine had explained the registry, and I thought it was a good cause.
That was very, very emotional when we heard that there was somebody out there that could save his life.
I did not join the registry for a specific person in need. My friend told me about the cause, I thought it was a good one, and I was hopeful that I could help someone someday.
Your match, it's kind of like a DNA matching process, and so your match is going to be someone of the same heritage. And so when they said international, I said, well, then I'm going to bet that it's Germany because that's my heritage.
When you send me an angel, here I am, in the land of the morning star.
On September 19th, 2013, I drove to Cologne, Germany, the headquarters of DKMS. The nurses were already waiting for me at 7:30 that morning. They explained the process and hooked me up to the machine. I sat there for 6 hours. I could watch movies and I could read, but most of the time I was thinking about who my patient was and where they might be.
Just beware of the thorns.
We actually have a picture. Donna took a picture of the wall with the clock, that had my name, the date, you know, who my nurse was and everything, and the clock. And it was like 9:05 p.m. that they came into the room.
In the land of the morning star.
Came into the room and said, "Your stem cells are here."
Westman said, just raise your hand and reach out for the spell.
Day 2, 3, and 4 after the transplant, I literally was laying in the fetal position because I hurt so bad. The nurse practitioner, which was a different one on the 5th floor, he would come in every day and say, you know, it's going to get better. Just, you know, 2 or 3 days of this really bad stuff, and it's going to get better. And I just kept saying, I hope you're right, I hope you're right, I hope you're right. And it did. We have no red cells, no white cells, no platelets, you got nothing. Every day you're watching them come in and they're writing on the board what your counts are, and it's like 0, 0, 0. The day that they came in to do the labs, I said, I'll bet you I'm going to have counts today, because I could feel like I was coming back. So the people that fly to the location where the donor is donating stem cells or bone marrow are actually volunteers for the most part. I actually found out about the courier program through a person who I met at a registration drive, and he had actually been a donor. He told me about the courier program. I was getting ready to retire at the time, and I'm like, you know, this is what I want to do. So I basically fly around the U.S. from wherever there's a donor that's making a, you know, stem cell or bone marrow donation. I go there a day ahead of time to make sure that I'm there the day of the collection. I go pick up the stem cells, take a taxi or a lift to the airport, get on an airplane, fly to the city where the patient is waiting for stem cells, get in a taxi or a lift, go to the hospital and deliver, and you know, a couple hours after that, the patient gets his or her stem cell transplant. And just, you know, knowing what I know, that's a pretty special feeling. We were actually getting ready to go to a registration drive when I got an email with his information. So I sent him a very quick email, got a quick response, and then from there we started communicating. When you get a stem cell transplant, they call that a rebirth. So every year on September 19th, we celebrate. I'm almost 5 years old now. And we would post pictures of me with the birthday cake, and Daniel's picture was always there with us, and he would like it, and even his friends would comment. I mean, they knew what he did.
Just the fact that Daniel was willing to do this for someone he didn't know. There's so many other ethnic groups that don't have many people on the registry, and it would just be so wonderful to get those numbers up so more people could be saved. I just want to get as many people registered as possible.
I can't wait until I turn 18 to join Be the Match and help someone like Daniel help my grandpa.
how he got on the registry was a friend of his just said, hey, I heard about this registry that you could join where you could potentially save somebody's life. And he said that was something he thought he wanted to do. So I'd like to meet his friend too.
Hallo! Hi Ron! Ich bin Klaus Mann, du hast vom Daniel von mir gehört. Daniel, der weiß es auch. Alles Gute Ron, tschüss!
Hi, I'm Marcus. This is Klaus.
Mein dickster Freund.
And he like to tell you why Daniel has this thinking to help other people. Klaus has a youth group with young kids, and Daniel was one kid of this youth group. God put this thinking in Klaus' heart that he told the kids that it's important to help people, and that's one thing why Daniel was thinking about to help other people too.
We have Ron and Daniel come up.
Thank you, scientists and researchers.
And thank you, Dr. Jacoby, and all the nurses and all the people that helped take care of our dad.
And thank you, Be The Match, for making the connection all the way across the world. And thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Happy birthday, Ron. Thank you, Daniel.
I wanted to thank you for all the years that you've been volunteering with me. Because of all your help, we've added thousands of potential committed donors to our registry. And as you know, many of them have gone on to donate to patients in need. So thank you.
Happy rebirthday, Ron. Happy 5th birthday, Crappy.
Just thank Daniel on behalf of DKMS and myself for not only registering 5 years ago, but for answering the call when a match was found. We're so excited that you've been able to fly from Germany to the US to meet Ron, and we want to have a huge congratulations to Ron on his 5th year anniversary post-transplant.
Daniel, my baby brother, I'm so proud of you. I still remember how you told us back then that there had been found a match and that you agreed to donate your stem cells without even blinking the eye. I'm really proud that you did that, and I'm so happy to be your sister. I love you very much. Mwah.
Hey Ron, my name is Wolfgang and I'm the medical courier who brought the cells which you need to St. Louis in 2013. I am very glad to hear that you can now celebrate your 5th rebirthday. Also, I think we should heartily say thank you to Daniel, who gives these cells to you, hoping for a better, healthy life for you.